Hello, everyone. Grateful to be here with you today. We have decided to share an excerpt from today's Expanding New Ways of Being group interactive session. And the portion we're going to share was a really auspicious and potent new moon energetic of remembering who you are in truth and remembering the divine design at spark level. And so we're going to go ahead and share that excerpt after I finish introducing it here. And just a reminder that we will be offering this interactive group session again. We always do a bit of a transmission to kick it off at the session time and then allow for interaction and questions with participants. So know that we will be offering it again in the future. And so you can go to our website at embracingtheinfinite.com and in our online store, learn more about this series. And probably about every 2 to 3 weeks, you can look for us offering an opportunity to join us in an interactive way. Enjoy this excerpt and happy new moon. And we're preparing now to welcome additional waves of awakening. And by that, I mean light streaming onto the planet. And with the equinox, the spring equinox, depending on where you are in the world, around March 20th, there's going to be another influx. There's going to be an influx about 9 or 10 days after that. That's going to be a bigger influx. So we really want to prepare our energetic fields for those influxes in an appropriate way. And so one way you can do that is to invite your higher self, Body Davis higher self in teams, to work with the energetic fields and the guides to energetically reference the energies, current energies, and what is to come, and to calibrate your energetic fields appropriately for that energetic terrain, for the appropriate receiving of the light codes in a way that honors you, for your body Deva for itself in a way that honors it. Higher self, body's higher self, will you calibrate your energetic fields appropriately for what is and what is to come? And then balance and stabilize. Ground more for a higher vibration. Update all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. Shake out, reboot. Another energetic yawn. Good. So last night I was feeling a lot of sensations and empathic stuff. And so I started asking what it was. And some of it was pretty intense. I could explain it, but it's more that I just knew, like, it didn't have a story at the time. I could just feel tension and I could feel um, something wanting to shift. Almost like a frustration that I want to shift this, but I can't shift this. And so I started asking, okay, what is this? What is this really about? What am I empathically feeling? I could feel that it wasn't mine. And it took me a while to get to the realization that it had to do with America. And it had to do with um, other countries in the world. And I probably can't bring forward and remember everything that I witnessed and invited and asked for, but the gist of it was inviting all those countries, all those regions to, starting with America. I worked with America first, then I went more global, then it went galactic. Just inviting and helping witness the releasing of what no longer serves. And I recognized that last night was the eve of the new moon, which is today. And so on the last day of the lunar cycle, it's a really potent time for a release, a letting go, a deep exhale. And so I just witnessed the shedding of skins, if you will, old energetic fabric from these various regions, these countries, and healing from past conflict between regions and countries. But I'm going to focus on America for a moment because it was really about me not trying to tell her what to do, but encouraging her to retrieve all responsibility back for herself and to lean into what she was being invited to become at source level. And so that's the process we're going to bring in today as the transmission portion is what if we let source, creator, determine what we become? And it's in a collaboration with. There's not separation. That's the illusion. The illusion is that I have a will separate from divine will. And that's actually not true. We can create the experiences, though, that were true, and we can try to do it on our own as separate from source. And what we're finding out and rolling around in that is that all it does is perpetuate lack and not enough and conflict and struggle and imbalance and disharmony and disconnection, disempowerment. I could go on and on and on. That's separation consciousness. Separation consciousness sees and perceives my will and divine will are not the same. When actually divine will, you as a being are an aspect of the divine. You're not separate. You have a spark in the heart of source where you express yourself from. That's where you originate from. Your ray of light, your beam of light emanates from that divine spark in the heart of source. At divine spark level, you and source are one. And so we often use a metaphor of the physical body. And imagine that you have a blood cell within the physical body. And this blood cell is part of the organism, the body. It works in collaboration with that entire system to bring about balance and harmony and freedom and flow and joy and support and all the good stuff, which is actually what life is. It's all about life supporting life. And so if that blood cell were try to go off on its own and do its own thing, it could create an imbalance. It could try to go against the current of life, supporting life. And so we have an opportunity to choose in a greater way, in a conscious way, to lean into our spark in the heart of source and recognize our oneness with all life, with source, where all life springs from. That doesn't mean we agree with everything everyone else is choosing. We're at the level of where things get distorted and certain aspects of life start to perceive they're separate from source and try to act as though they are. So I'm not talking about on that level. I'm talking about at source level, where everything's harmonic, where everything's collaborating and conspiring to bring about greater harmony and greater joy and greater freedom and greater abundance and greater support and greater flow. And so take a moment and reference that, inviting your higher selves, body's higher selves to remember and reference the oneness way. It's really the divine blueprint, the divine design. And so we invite the remembering of the divine design in a greater way. And the remembering that you are an aspect of this divine collaboration. Your body deva, Gaia, are aspects of this divine collaboration. It is. It's always happening behind the scenes. So rather than put our focus on the distortion, dilution that happens in physical realm, bring your focus, your awareness up high where it's actually harmonic, balanced, aligned, free, flourishing, thriving. And will you activate within you the remembering of that stance and to link into those grids of oneness? You don't have to agree to the separation consciousness ways of being. So you can invite your higher self, Body Davis higher self, and teams to work with the energetic fields and the guides to remember and reorient and link into the grids of oneness. And will you shed the skins of that which is not aligned with the oneness? It's almost like an inversion of it. Not right, wrong, good, or bad. Can we show you how to release any resistance to the inversion of the oneness? To forgive and release it? Are you willing? And use that energy of resistance as fuel to turn and weave in and link in to the oneness grids, the oneness way. The more empowered, the more free, the more aligned, the more harmonic. And any grids you're holding in your energetic fields that don't belong to you, that are ancestral, someone else's, you were trying to shift for them, will you return to sender with love and consciousness, all responsibility for it, and appropriate energetic information where they have the capacity to receive it? Unlinking from the grids of mass consciousness, not attached to them doing anything differently, and linking into the harmonic enlightened grids of the oneness way. So for the body, Deva, you're going to link into enlightened Gaia. For you as a soul, you might link into grids from the world you're from, and or divine spark level, oneness way, divine blueprint, divine design. Remember it there. And then as you remember it there, embody it there fully, receive it there fully, and in that higher realm. And reflect it to you here. And then exhale. Inviting an activation of all vibrations, of all spiritual lessons you were meant to learn through the separation-based bouncing around. All the learning we did in separation, all the learning you did in separation, activate all vibrations of those spiritual lessons in the appropriate order, timing, and dimensions. And then reflect it into the now in an integrated state. Good. And will you release what no longer serves you? And step through this doorway of this new lunar cycle, walking through a new door, committed even more in an even stronger, more empowered, more aligned way to remembering the oneness way, demonstrating, modeling the oneness way. And at divine spark level, take a moment to just imagine that you're receiving at divine spark level, body Deva same, team same, you're receiving almost a constant, I'm being shown it like a pulsing but it's like you're being informed, like a heartbeat, but it's a pulsing of information at source level for you as a unique being. Each of you have a very unique divine blueprint. You receive this pulse, very gentle pulse at spark level, informing you, almost like they're showing me the idea of a tomato seed carrying within it the pulse, the heartbeat, the rhythm, the design for becoming the tomato plant. You at spark level, as your spark, contain all that divine blueprint of you as a unique expression of the divine. Will you allow it to be awakened more at spark level by source? Will you choose to awaken to it more? Will you choose to lean into that divine design of you from the perspective that it on some level represents divine will, but it's your reason for being. And your will is actually fully aligned with that. You want to thrive. That pulse at spark level is the information that awakens your thriving as an aspect of oneness. Can we show you what we mean by that? And will you allow for the awakening to occur at spark level? Will you lean into the current of who you really are and what you have the potential to become? Are you willing to let go of all the meaning you've given it at this level and allow you in that higher realm at spark level to take the reins? The you in a higher realm, the you at source level, the you that knows it is one with source. No distortion. Good. I'm just witnessing. Body, Deva, inviting you into the same energetic stance. Remembering in the heart of Gaia, in the heart of Source, your divine spark. And awaken to that divine blueprint pulse more. Team, same. Balance and stabilize, allow that to ripple and reflect and begin to inform you as you walk through this door into the new, as you embark and embrace the next level with this new lunar cycle, and this will ripple into the spring equinox as we prepare for the crossing the threshold into a new epoch. And we're in it, we're doing it, so much gratitude. So we just invite a balancing and stabilizing of all the energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. And they want me to mention that if you do want to join us for that 5-day immersion, welcoming a new epoch over the spring equinox, we still have seats available and we still have one partial scholarship. So feel free to reach out to us and you can find out more about it on the website if it resonates for you. Good. Deep breath in. Balance and stabilize. Update all grids, all reference points. And we're just going